Alright, so today I'm be rating um, tank designs that people have shared on the Tank Tussle Discord and potentially suggesting ways on how to make it better. Also, please excuse me, I'm a little sick right now, so my voice might be a little bit off. I might be sniffling a bit throughout the video. We're going to be starting off with this Tiger 1 here, which is actually very, very small, which is quite impressive. I don't know, there's been smaller tanks than this, but having a working turret and everything is quite impressive. It looks like what is going on here? A manual gun traverse, I think. Yeah, I have no idea how they crammed everything in here. Manual gun traverse. Um, it is just 5 blocks wide and what is that? 8 blocks long or 9 blocks long? It looks pretty good. The turret could be have a little more shaping. I also think it's a little bit small, but yeah, it could be a little wider and longer. But other than that, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna be rating this one I'll give it a 9.0 flat, 9 out of 10. Just because of how small and compact it is, I think it's pretty impressive. Next up, we have this T80B, and this looks pretty good. This is without the ERA on the turret, I think. With the ERA, it would be a little bit more sloped, but right now it's kind of flat and round. Yeah, it looks really good. The camo is nice. I would like to see a 3-color camo, and also something that makes a little more sense. I don't know when you use a sand colored tan and a green, but other than that, really good. I like I don't know what it is this the scope or the thermal on the side there with the redstone contact. Hull is pretty good. It's quite accurate. The sloping's really nice. One thing I would like to see is a little more details or texturing on the hull. Some more junk, as I call it. Just little random bits and bobs. Little pieces of, whatever it might be. On the turret's good. Like they have a machine gun, they have the cupola, they have whatever this is, they have whatever that is, but then on the turret's just a little bit dry. They do have a light and whatever that's supposed to be there. But yeah, some more would be nice, like a tow cable, extra track, stuff like that. Overall, though, this one looks really, really nice. I'm gonna give it I'll give it a 9.4 out of 10. Next up, we have this supposed BMP1, and they have a reference image, which is not very flattering. When you actually have the two to compare side by side, it's not all that close. I don't even know if this turret spins or not. There's supposed to be a lot more overhang in the front. Yeah, it's frankly just not very accurate. And also, it is somewhat small. I think what is that? Actually, no, I lied. I think it's 7 blocks wide. Might be 5 blocks, I can't tell. No, it's 5 blocks, sorry. But frankly, it just doesn't look very good. I don't even know what to say here. I'll rate this a 6.5 out of 10. Next up, we have this, well, they don't name it, but it is a Stridsvong 103 of whatever variant, I don't know. The first thing I noticed is that the tracks stop a little bit short. They should probably come up to here. I don't know why they have 3 full blocks of no tracks. Other than that, I would like to see some texturing for sure. Just the smallest amount of camo, just a very slightly different shade of green or a gray would be nice. And also again, some of that junk, as I call it, just random things to put on the tank. They have like a sort of cupola here, but that's about it. And another little nitpick is that the slope is 2 pixels per block here, and then it just ramps up for no reason to, what is that, probably 4 or 6 pixels here on this section. I'm pretty sure it's quite a consistent slope from here to here. Unfortunately, that is the only picture we get, so I have no idea about the internals of this thing or anything. But just based off this, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. This one's interesting. So this is a tank that's unbuilt, which is missing all of the armor blocks. You can put in whatever camo and design you want. But just going off this, it looks a little bit like a like a ZTZ 99 or Type 99. Some Abrams influence. The junk, I'm gonna keep using that word, is not bad. I don't know what's going on here with this antenna. I believe it's supposed to be. It's also a little stubby. I think it should be. I think it could benefit from being a block or two longer. Other than that, not bad at all. The sloping is a little strange. Normally the track guard is going to be a little bit higher than the hull, or lower sometimes. But when it's at the same level, it just looks just a little bit strange. Also, I don't know why they have like this lip here, like a little fender, kinda. I don't know, the whole thing just a little bit off, but it's also kind of hard to tell with no actual block inside of it. It's just copycat panels. All in all, not a bad tank. I will give it I'll give it an 8.0 flat, 8 out of 10. Next up, we have this self-propelled gun or self-propelled howitzer, maybe. 240mm apparently. This one's quite interesting because obviously there's no turret or anything, and it's also not based off anything. I don't think, not directly, so it's a little hard to say. This part is cool though. You can fold the gun assembly off it, and then use it as a static gun emplacement. I assume that's what's going on here. Nice camo again with the green and the tan color. A little bit strange, but you know it looks pretty good. Honestly, I actually really like how detailed the gun part is here. And then again, the hull is just a little bit dry, not a whole lot on it. There's some little bits and bobs here at the front. Shaping's pretty good. Cupola and everything. Yeah, again, nothing really wrong with this one, but just could use some tiny little improvements, some little nitpicks. I'll give this an 8.7 out of 10. Next up, we have this thing, which is frankly a little bit rough. First of all, the whole thing's made out of ERA and NERA, which is a little strange. It just looks bad. The first thing I noticed, well, first was that the turret sticks out quite a bit, and also it slopes upwards from the bottom and downwards from top. So it just comes into this point here, and it looks really strange. I don't like it. Other than that, the tracks are only one wide, and it looks again a little bit strange. Tracks are quite skinny for the hull. Hull is 7 blocks wide. I don't know about having 2 block tracks on a 7 block hull, but maybe just extending it out one, and then you don't have to change the internals. You can just extend it out by another block, have 2 wide tracks on a 9 block chassis, and that would look pretty good. If you gave it a camo and just pushed the turret back a little bit, maybe fix the slope down here, it would be a lot better. But with the gray, and especially because all the blocks are like clearly segmented, you can clearly see where one block ends, the next begins. It just looks really strange. I'm gonna give this one a I'll do 7 out of 10. Next up, we have this thing, which is, first of all, quite long compared to how wide it is. It's also quite flat. The turret is only 1 block and just a little bit tall, and the hull is 2 blocks tall. So it's quite flat, actually, which is impressive. It can be difficult to cram everything into this this short space, but other than that, again, I'm just off put by how long it is. It's actually not all that long. It's actually only about 2 to 1, which is not that bad. But for some reason, I think it's the turret, because the turret is also very long indeed, very skinny. It's a full 2 blocks, a little over 2 blocks, skinnier than the hull, so it just looks strange. And it's not helped by the fact that you have all the stuff hanging out the back of what would otherwise be a pretty normal turret. I also don't know what's going on with the exposed tracks, the exposed track tops, like a Churchill almost, or something like that. Just looks a little bit strange, but that's little things. The junk is pretty good. You have some fans here. You have what I presume to be a shell ejection port there. You have a little cage. You got the antennas and everything. MG up top. I wish the barrel was a little bit longer. And also, this is my preference, but I don't like it when the barrel has the muzzle brake like this. In real life, it looks fine, obviously, but in game, when it's just a solid block and it's just a little bit wider than the rest of the barrel, it just looks weird. I think it looks better when you taper it out just a little bit, and then you have a nice long thin barrel. Maybe like a fume evacuator in the middle. I think that's what it's called. Overall, again, not bad. I'll give it a 8.2. Next up, we have this absolute concoction. This is a double-barreled Sturm. First of all, it's not all that accurate. The front here should be sloped a little bit less. Should be a little bit taller. Side skirts, I think. I think this part's right though. But given that you're making a double 380mm rocket launcher, it's not very realism is not much of a concern, I will say. So I'll give it a pass on that one. Given that it has to house two of the guns, quote unquote. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's just called a launcher, maybe. But I will excuse how wide it is. It is much wider than it's supposed to be. Ignoring how ridiculous it is, just as a build, I will say definitely could have used some detailing. The camo's fine. I would like to see something like the crane for sure for loading the shells or the rockets on the back here. I think there's a cupola or something up here, and then we don't get a really good view. But there's exhaust out the back. A lot of stuff you could have added. It's silly. It's fun. It's pretty cool. So I'll give us a 8.3 out of 10. That's gonna do it for this real quick video. I just want to go through and really just get some content out. I've been playing in someone else's event for these past weeks, and for another week, a little over a week. So that's why I'm not uploading a whole lot of videos. There will be some in the following weeks, but yeah, just keep out for that. After I'm done playing this event, I'll be right back into the content grind, putting out videos for you guys, so don't worry about that. That's gonna do it for me. I hope you enjoyed.